and political landscape. I do know definitely that a couple of us already can understand how the polity has been progressing so far. Interestingly, I must tell you that certain persons are actually not surprised with the outcome of developments that has been currently taking place in Nigeria's socio-political landscape. The current political party in charge now, headed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is being specific by telling us that indeed the administration is doing so well. And basically, those who are criticizing are not objectively criticizing the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Basically, they've also insisted that most of the criticisms basically comes from a supposed dislike for President Tinubu, that no matter what or how genuine his policies are, specifically on the economy and the general facelift for Nigeria, the critics will always see an underlying negative factor in it, and that's all because they consider maybe they just don't like the president. So no matter what, they're never objective in how they get to assess what the president has done. Well, as Nigerians are actually speaking out on the cost of living expenditure and how a lot of things have changed, especially with how things were in 2020, I think in 2023, a couple of persons said they never respected that they would hail Buhari's administration more than that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But the president said that it is actually important for some of the policies that he took. He insisted up till now that the policies were necessary because Nigeria was heavily reliant on import and heavily reliant on dollars, that is, having to buy more foreign exchange, and that he needed to stop that was the only way there will be less reliance on foreign proceeds and more like stabilizing the naira in the international community. However, they have also made talk, despite some subsidy that has been applied to some of the items that Nigerians literally depend on. Some persons would say that consumables and certain food items are now cheaper, but if you look at the food category in terms of health improvement, you would realize that the classification of food items are actually the differentials is the margin actually, or the ratio is very high, or the contrast is very obvious. When you talk about classes of food in carbohydrate and protein, proteinous food items are very difficult to purchase because of the current state that Nigerians still rely on import produce. Also, security has actually dissociated a lot of farmers from going to their farms and caused hardship and increase in food items. Places where you can have access to food, or places where there is even a consortium of farming activities, well, you can tell that cost of transporting those food items to certain communities or certain regions of the country, obviously the risk factor involved causes a rise in the purchase of those items. And then business opportunities as well are being talked about, where it feels like the money is only circulating more amongst just the rich. While these conversations has spurred on topics, and a lot of Nigerians are insisting, where do they stand and how do they supposedly rely on certain initiatives or depend on the president's administration going forward, now that the All Progressives Congress is saying that they trust only what he believes in, and that what he's been able to achieve in the past 3 years, or even in a year, other administrations has not been able to do so, that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the only one who has the capacity to get Nigeria at the state it is. But what is the current state of Nigeria that the president should be proud of that he has gotten it to? That is what we're going to be discussing this evening. I'm going to be joined via the telephone with Mr. Martin Zanovo. He's a former presidential candidate of the NCP, and obviously, like I said, it's also quite important that we should try as much as possible to get a precise directive on how to handle some of these issues. Very important. And obviously, I have right here in the studio Mr. Tony Mbata. Mr. Tony Mbata, good evening. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, and good evening.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll still continue with the evening rush. Let's take a very short break, and we'll be right back. All right, thank you for staying with us. This is still the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Yes, I took that short break because I wanted to connect with Mr. Martin Zanovo so we can quickly get into the conversation this evening. Mr. Martin Zanovo, thank you for joining us today. How are you, sir? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm glad to be here.
Can you hear me, sir?
Clearly, yes, very clearly.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Martins. So let's start off with this. The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said that those who are criticizing his administration and all his policies are doing it basically out of hate. They are not necessarily criticizing objectively as, is expected of any opposition party. They also went ahead to say that the conglomerate of the ADC are basically politicians who hate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They are not politicians who are actually highly expectant of the progress of Nigerians. They also instigated or initiated the factors that with all the president has done, no leader has been able to accomplish what Tinubu has accomplished in the past 2 years, specifically speaking on his policy implementation and the whole Renewed Hope agenda, Renewed Hope initiative. Despite contrary statements made by critics and other opposition political parties and even other stalwarts, including Nigerians, the administration feel that Nigeria is still on a better path compared to where it was about, 4 or 5 years ago, especially with the administration of Muhammadu Buhari. Others believe that Buhari's administration was preferable to this, but the administration is still standing firm that its policies in implementation and formation is still better, that indeed it is indeed painful, but it was necessary for the tough call that it made. How do you react to this, Mr. Martin Zanovo?
Well, it's unfortunate that the Jagaban Tinubu regime remains unrepentant and remains committed to clear falsehoods, very clear falsehoods. We have to use standards that they cannot deny. If we use the standards of the Nigerian Constitution, it says that the primary purpose of government is the security and the welfare of the people. So if that is the primary purpose of government, then we can use that to access the regime. Assess the regime. And if you use security, then you will agree with me that the insecurity is worse. That's very clear. We can also use some of the popular trackers. You saw that in 1 year of the Tinubu regime, over 600,000 people were killed, over 2 million were kidnapped, and over 2 trillion was paid in ransoms. So it's either they are under the influence of something, maybe white heroin, or they're just deliberately being deceptive to claim that we are criticizing them based on hatred. It cannot be hatred. I am one of the loud critics of this government, and this government does not even need any critic, because the fact is that the data is clear. You inherited an economy that was the largest in Africa. Today is number 4. Then if you use GDP per capita, we have dropped to number 40-something out of 54 in Africa. So how can anybody have this kind of data? Poverty has increased. The number of people living below poverty line has increased. How can anybody have this kind of data and celebrate himself? This is the worst government ever since independence. The data is clear. The data is very clear. You collapse the GDP from nearly 500 to 200 and something, nearly 50%, and we're supposed to celebrate you. You have impoverished everybody, and we're supposed to celebrate that. If we celebrate that, it will be unlawful. So another thing about this regime is the level of incompetence is baffling. The level of corruption is I'm looking for unprecedented, definitely, but I'm looking for even a stronger word. You did 47 kilometers of Lagos Coastal Road, which using the African Development Bank median rate should cost about 50 billion. You did it for 1.06 trillion. So you did it at about 13 times the African Development Bank estimated cost. What is that? What can be worse than that? You just scooped 1 trillion from 47 kilometers. Excuse me. 47, less than 50 on the Lagos Coastal Road. This is the most corrupt government. This is the most deceitful. This is the most absurd. And clearly the data shows it. All the polls show that over 70% do not want the government and they have rejected it. And this is the government that has destroyed democracy. Look at what Jagaban Tinubu did in Rivers State. Say he's making peace. Do you make peace outside the law? What are the basis of your peacemaking? Your desperation to return in 2027, which is an impossibility, no matter what he does. That is why you go and impose those kind of terms with your imperial dictatorship that has banished democracy in Nigeria. What is that? This is clearly the worst government. In fact, a lot of the people are saying that the opposition is not even critical enough, which is the truth. The opposition is not even critical enough. The data is so damning that nobody in his right senses who is not under the influence of white heroin will say that this is not the worst government ever since independence. It's very clear. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Martin Zanovo. The supporters of the government will say that what you're saying is not true.
Okay, simple. Hold on. What is the ranking of Nigeria today on the economic size in Africa? Simple. We were the largest economy before now. Today we are number 4. The data is clear, my friend. Those people are paid attack dogs. They were buying pure water for 5 naira. Now they buy it for 30 naira. How can they say that? The data is clear. This thing is not subject to debate. The facts are very clear. Insecurity is worse. It has already become international. Now he goes to the US to make plans for them to bomb insurgents. After that, he goes to Turkey to get one other arrangement that nobody knows about.
Well, the presidency has said in the case of insecurity, it did not start with him.
What do you mean? If it did not start with you when you come to power, hold on.
This administration has really tried in having to handle it. Unfortunately,
okay, give us the data. I just gave you data that is published. I gave you data that is published. The data of was published by Daily Trust, front page. Over 650 killed in 1 year, 50,000 killed in 1 year. That approximates to more than 50,000 every month. What are you saying? Please don't bring those arguments where I am. They are absurd. What do you mean? The data is clear. Over 2 million kidnapped, over 2.2 trillion in ransoms. What do you mean? Nigerian GDP has collapsed from about 500 to 200 and something, and you are saying the other people will say, anybody, the mad person can say something, somebody under the influence of white heroin can say something. Is that what I'm going to be discussing with you? The facts are clear. Show me contrary facts.
All right, Mr. Martin Zanovo, thank you very much. You said show you contrary facts. I'm not in a position to do so, but basically read out to you what the administration has disclosed that the president.
Yeah, but you can't repeat it after I have defeated it. You cannot repeat it. Okay. We were the last economy. We were the largest economy in Africa under President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan.
Yeah.
Today, what's our number? We're number 4. You are in reverse gear. You are moving backwards and you want to be celebrated. Who does that? Who does that?
You said something about the GDP. But according to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu last, I think in May 29, he said that Nigeria's foreign reserves rose from 3.99 billion when he took over from Buhari's administration to 23.811 billion naira by just 2024, which is in a year. And he also went ahead to say that infrastructure and development, which is what you mentioned about the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and other developmental tasks, he said that these commissions have spurred growth in underdeveloped zones. These two political sectors that
you are just talking like Bayo Nanoga. Let me tell you, results don't lie. The results are out there. What do you mean? One, I'm a registered engineer. Get that clear. And I've been registered for over 20 years. I've practiced in Europe, I've practiced in America, I've practiced in Africa. Listen, 1.06 trillion that you use for 47 kilometers can build you a dual carriage highway from Port Harcourt to Abuja. What are you discussing? Is this difficult to investigate? Why can't you investigate it yourself? It's not difficult to investigate. Just get completed roads all over the world and see what we're talking about. I am talking with professional authority. Excuse me. Do you know trillion? You think we're talking billion? You use 1.06 trillion for 47 kilometers. That is 20-something billion per kilometer. Excuse me. Are we all right in this country? This is why Elijah Bolabaja called us 200 million mumu. What kind of arguments are you presenting? You went from the largest economy in Africa to number 4. Then you say we should celebrate you. Ha! My sister, please, use your brain. Don't let these people turn you to the worst mumu in Nigeria. What kind of talk is this?
All right, Mr.
You were number 1. You went to number 4. Is that what you pray for yourself? If your program is the number 1 program on air, you want to fall back to number 4? Is that your prayer for yourself? Please.
So
this is absurd. This is unthinkable. This is a waste of the time of Nigerians. What are we discussing? Let's deal with the facts. What are the facts? The facts is right now we're number 4. And we're even worse if you do GDP per capita. Because GDP per capita, we are 41 out of 54 in Africa. So we're in the bottom third. Who are these people who are feeding you this trash? Ha!
Mr. Martins-Onovo, you may call it trash, but the administration says it's not trash. They consider it to be
the administration has said that progress is to go from number 1 to number 4. If you agree with them, I don't agree with you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Martins-Onovo, it's not about agreeing anything. I do not have any role to play here, but I definitely have to present their facts on their own statistics as to how they see the economy improving or the other aspects of Nigeria's sectors improving under their administration.
What do you call economic improvement? Unemployment is unprecedented in Nigeria. You are at 40-something%. Inflation is unprecedented. GDP has collapsed to almost 50% of value. Okay, they told you that they grew your foreign reserves. Did you ask them by how much? Then ask them by how much they grew your foreign loans. Is it not imbecilic to borrow money and be paying interest in order to deceive people that you are growing foreign reserve? Is it not imbecilic? You see that Labaja told us more than 20 years ago that we have 200 million mumu, but we don't want to come out of the mumurity. This is a government that has grown debt to nearly $100 billion. When Obasanjo rescued you, Chief Dr. Obasanjo, PhD, GCFR, when he rescued you from debt, it was about $36 billion. He got it down to 3. Now you are at 100 and you're listening to tales by Tinubu. Okay, keep listening. Next week you ask me another question.
Mr. Martins-Onovo, we have to dissect these things. Remember that the new tax policy has commenced this year, and these are the indices that will be used to.
It is not a new tax policy. It is not a new tax policy. It is a new extortion policy. Extortion.
Okay, Mr. Martins-Onovo, the administration says that we're not even taxed enough in this country compared to other
How do you
countries.
tax unemployed people? How do you tax underemployed people? How do you tax people in poverty? Common sense. I have told you that the administration is incompetent, it is corrupt, it is lawless. Take me up on those.
Okay, fine. Mr.
It is incompetent, it is corrupt, it is lawless. It is the most incompetent, it is the most corrupt, it is the most lawless.
Mr. Martins, I hear you, But again, let's try as much as possible to reduce on some of the crass remarks. We're on national radio.
No, you will not reduce on facts. You will not reduce on facts. Challenge the facts.
Okay, Mr. Martins Zenovo, the facts I'm challenging that you're spilling is basically where the government is bringing out their own role that they have played and their own statistics. Obviously, you're giving the contrast.
Did they do 47 kilometers? Did they do 47 kilometers for 1.06 trillion? Simple question. Yes, they did. 20-something billion per kilometer. Do the arithmetic. 200 million mumu. You don't need to be an engineer to do the arithmetic. 20-something billion per kilometer. Said reduce on the crass remarks. So facts have become crass remarks. Excuse me. Okay. What is all this?
Mr. Martins Zenovo, very quickly. The president also insisted in his reforms about having to alleviate or help out about 90,000 young Nigerians and having to provide job opportunities for them. But we'll recall last year, March, when the president said they started the poverty alleviation scheme by having to feed out of school children, give them free food, and also facilitate educational purposes through the introduction of the NEL Fund policy. They have also called it a very progressive one, that is the NEL Fund, and how many students have been able to benefit through the NEL Fund loan. And not just that, giving them upkeep as well. That's what the government has been able to do. Now, there are talks about how will the students pay back these loans, especially if they've not been able to get jobs, when there are no job opportunities after they qualify or after they're done with their educational tenure. But Mr. Martins Zenovo, is it possible that indeed the policies on paper are actually very good? Unfortunately, what the administration lacks is the adequate capacity of personnel that can deliver, or the fact that certain persons who are meant to monitor the achievement of these policies are not monitoring, and that the president possibly is too reliant on these individuals who are supposedly novices. What's your take on that, Mr. Martins?
You are finding excuses for failure. Jagaban Tinubu himself is a failure. Even before he became whatever he thinks he is. Yes. He went to the US. What happened at CSU? Stories. That is Chicago State University. At the end of the day, he forfeited $460,000. Suspected proceeds of narcotics trafficking. Maybe that is success to you. He lost the election woefully. He's sitting in Aso Rock. Maybe that is success to you. So, the man in his own INEC form, field primary school nil, secondary school nil. You did not see that. You are not outraged. And you want to debate whether he's a failure or not. I don't understand the question. Primary school nil, secondary school nil. So this man, I'm one of them. I'm a critic, I'm in the opposition. Yes, I'm one of them.
All right, Mr. Martins, it's very obvious. Wow.
It's very obvious.
Martins,
I agree with you on that. No, I agree with you on that. It's very obvious. I'm in the opposition. That's where I should be. If I believe in truth, if I believe in justice, if I believe in integrity, if I believe in the rule of law, that's where I will be. Because this regime represents everything inimical to Nigeria and its own people. Everything.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, let me ask my question, because if I want to ask the question, you throw a rebuttal. You don't even allow me to land. You have your response to it.
I'm sorry. I'll wait.
No.
I'll wait. I'm sorry. It's vexatious. It's very vexatious.
Between your embarrassment, who is worse? Okay, Mr. Martins Zenovo, the presidency launched an attack recently against persons like you, like you said, you're in the opposition, and against critics like you, and say that you people hate him so much, you know, from the vituperations and your condescending statements about the presidency and what his administration has been able to achieve so far. They also use the opportunity to describe the opposition, like the ADC, as a conglomerate of politicians who are uncomfortable with Nigeria's recent progress. In other words, the APC says they have progress, they have done so well, something that even those in the opposition cannot be able to achieve. And he's saying that they are haters of this administration's progress, they are haters of the president. Peter Obi, in his own remark, has told the president to stop, gallivanting across the globe, traveling around or subjuncating around the globe. Atiku Abubakar has also said the same thing and literally said that this is the worst political dispensation, the worst administration in Nigeria. So far, Nigerians may not say it, but these are things that in the long run, Nigerians will begin to experience if they vote him for 2027. What's your take on this, Mr. Martins?
Well, if you choose to listen to a regime without any credibility, that's your own choice. Because Jagaban Tinubu campaigned, he made promises. One of which that if he doesn't give you uninterrupted power in 4 years, you should not vote for him. So if after that you choose to listen to falsehood that are false, that's your own choice. How are we going to know whether the opposition is saying the right things or not? We must have the facts. And what I do personally is that I use the government's data against them. And if you use the government data, which is the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, then you will see that the government is the worst ever. What was the value of the naira? What was the cost of fuel? How much was transportation from VI to Ikeja? How much is it now? How can anybody bring this argument if the person is not satanically depraved? What kind of arguments are these?
Okay, God.
What kind of arguments? What is the argument? 5 naira pure water is 30 naira, and that's supposed to be a good thing. We're supposed to be happy. You moved minimum wage to 70,000, but when you put the value in dollar, you see that you even decrease the minimum wage. You went from 30,000 to 70,000. When it was 30,000, naira was 197 to $1.
All right, but Mr. Martin,
today it is 70,000. Naira is 1,500 to $1. So what argument is that?
Mr. Martins, Bayo Nanagar is saying that in as much as indeed they admit that there are challenges, which they said they inherited.
No, that's not what you said at the beginning. At the beginning you said they have had tremendous improvement. So show me the one
compared
data.
To the previous administration.
Hold on. Show me one data that shows improvement. Unemployment does not show improvement. Inflation does not show improvement. GDP does not show improvement. So show me one item of data. Value of naira does not show improvement. Public debt does not show improvement. Show me one item of universal macroeconomic data that has shown improvement. This is the worst since Adam and Eve, not even since independence.
Jesus Christ. Since Adam
Nothing can be worse than this. I have told you that this regime
about existing at the time of Adam and Eve to say that it's the worst. In your comparisons,
Okay.
No,
you don't understand me. Listen, I said from the time of Adam and Eve. I didn't say compare with government of Adam and Eve. I said from the time.
And I said that at the time of Adam and Eve, you were not even thought to be in existence for you to make
You're saying from that time.
Analysis.
Check the records now. From Adam and Eve, the records are in the Bible. Check the records now. There is nothing worse than this. There has never been anything worse than this. Where everything went bad, everything. Public morality destroyed, democracy destroyed, economy destroyed, national security destroyed, corruption upheld. What is this? If this is not satanic, I have not seen what is satanic.
Mr. Martins, are you saying that in all of the initiatives ever since Tinubu was inaugurated on May 29, that nothing has improved? Because according to what Bayonana is saying,
please assist me.
Always highlights the negativity and it's absolute hatred. If
hold on, Bayonanuga is a very old man.
Hey.
Yes, he's over 70. He's a grandpa.
Chai.
He's a grandpa. Retirement age normally was 60. Bayo Onanuga should go to a museum.
Okay.
Yes, he's a grandpa. He should go with his 90-year-old Tinubu. Two of them should go to a museum. What is this? You want to destroy the life of 200 and something million people. What is this? People can't feed, they cannot transport, they cannot afford health, and you are telling stories. You're borrowing money, the money you're borrowing is disappearing. Then you want to celebrate 47 kilometers that you built at 13 times the cost. 13, not double. That's what you want to celebrate? Ha! Excuse me. Benin bypass is unpassable. Go and pass it. You cannot fix it. Then you use 1.06 trillion that can build dual carriage highway from Port Harcourt to Abuja, dual carriage. And use it to do 47 kilometers.
So, Mr. Martins Onovo, all the money that David Umahi has listed that the administration released for several road rehabilitation, are we saying that all of that is a lie? I'm just
No. I have driven on myself. I have driven on the Lagos Coastal Road. Yes, I've driven on it. The section that they have done, I have driven on it.
Okay.
Who said it does not exist? Listen to what I say. Don't imagine what I did not say. I'm very clear about what I'm saying. I am saying that you do not build 47 kilometers at 1.06 trillion. That's what I'm saying. That's clear. Everybody else has said it. His Excellency Atiku Abubakar called it a highway to fraud. That's what he called it. I don't know where you're from. I don't know whether you came from the sky. I don't know. I don't know where you're from. What are you saying?
Martins, why are you personalizing this on me?
No, you're the one asking these questions that don't make any
questions because I
No. Hold on.
The statistics that the government has ruled out.
Hold on.
Other than that.
Hold on. So if Bayo Onanuga tells you now that pure water is 3 naira, you will come and ask me. But Bayo Onanuga say pure water. Why don't you go outside your gate and buy pure water? Then you know what the price is.
If you had listened to my questions and I told you the path of the government and the path of critics and Nigerians.
No, some things are verifiable.
Says and what Nigerians are saying.
No. Some things are verifiable.
Present those issues from two different perspectives and not to have any leaning, Mr. Martins.
No, I'm not saying you. From my own perspective, you have a leaning in favor of a government that is deceitful.
This man code.
Go and buy the pure water. Tell me the price. Here they are selling 30 naira. Then if you buy 50 naira, which is 25 naira, that's what they are selling. You buy one is 30 naira. Okay. It was 5 naira.
I don't buy the pure water.
You can price it. Don't buy, but price it. Then you will find out whether I told the truth or I told a lie. These things are verifiable. What are we arguing? It is David Umahi that told us that he was using 1.06 trillion to build 47 kilometers. You are not outraged? You are not outraged? Do you realize that the 2015 budget of Dr. Jonathan did not have up to $1 trillion in the whole capital vote? That's what you're using to build 47 kilometers? What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Something is wrong with us. Good people, great nation. Bad people, bad Nigeria. Something is wrong with us.
All right, Mr. Martins Onovo, let's continue. Now, I'm very sure you heard about the Minister of Petroleum, former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Alice Madueke. Her case has researched, and since last week, the UK court has been listening to that case. The UK court told Nigeria's former Petroleum Minister, Diezani Alice Madueke, spent 325 million naira in furniture, lamps in one day. There are also talks about those she had connections with while she was the Minister of Petroleum. You recall very recently that an audit was carried within the NNPC from 2017 till 2023. 210 trillion naira were missing out of it. Now, in the case of Alice Madueke, the UK court said that she lavishly spent money, about £170,000 in one day, on frivolous objects, basically just furniture. I'm talking about lamps, tables, and the likes. And they made a comparison with what that money would have been able to fulfill in Nigeria, especially in the sectors that are hugely lacking. I'm talking about the medical sector, the health sector, infrastructure, good road networks, and provision of social amenities. Now, the UK court described Alice Madueke's case as well as other supposed linked Nigerian politicians who lavishly spend their natural resources that are meant for Nigerians on themselves, and a complete detachment of having to prioritize the interests of their people. Mr. Martins Onovo, there are also complaints as to the fact that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not been very insistent and assertive that 210 trillion naira be accounted for, but rather they erased off some amount of money and others have not been talked about. And they're linking the president to some of these issues because he's the current minister of petroleum. Is it possible that the president is just trying to forge ahead, or he's discreetly tracing these monies and for them to be returned to the national treasury, or he literally just doesn't want to talk about it because his administration is not part of those that were audited? How do you react to this, Mr. Martins?
I'm a politician. There are many things we know that even journalists cannot know because they have their sources, and some of the times their sources don't know what they claim to know. All of us were in this country when we had all the Yaya Bello must go to prison, Yaya Bello did this, Yaya Bello paid dollars, Yaya Bello took 82 billion, Yaya Bello, Yaya Bello. Some of us knew the root cause of the Yaya Bello story. Immediately he went and agreed to the political conditions. The same presidency sent him birthday congratulations. Is that a secret? This is just unthinkable that any set of people will tolerate what is going on in Nigeria. Malami joined the ADC. Then you started questioning his property. Who has questioned Jagaban Tinubu's property?
Can they question his property now? He's a president and he has immunity.
No, you can question it. You're a journalist. The constitution gives you the power to question it. You are supposed to hold the people in government accountable. That is the constitution of Nigeria. That's not my opinion. I may not be able to question it because I'm opposition. But you as a journalist, the constitution gives you the authority to question it. Show us his asset declaration. He tells us that Malami's income cannot justify his assets. Let him answer so that you have moral authority to question Malami. Let him answer. Can his own income justify his own assets? This is just witch hunt. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
You consider Malami's situation as a witch hunt? I thought
you
would have credited the administration for really going after him. Even if
that's why I said that you talk like you're one of them. Clearly, if that's your opinion, very good. But Yahya Bello got a birthday wishes from presidency. Are you okay? Got ambassador appointment from being declared wanted by EFCC. If you can't see what I see, then it means you choose to see only what you want to see or what Bayer Nanoga tells you.
All right, Mr. Martins Onovo, in regards to that, let's move on to the political space. This is 2026. You've been talking as an opposition, like you said, but there are a couple of Nigerians that are not happy with the trajectory of the opposition and their silence. For example, a couple of people believe that the opposition actually has a lot in terms of utilizing the weaknesses and the vulnerability of the APC and this administration to puncture, just like the APC did against Jonathan way back in 2013, 2014, before they came on board in 2015. That there is so much more that the opposition could have harnessed to criticize and put this administration on a hot seat. But instead, that the opposition are more into personal aggrandizement. Let me take for example, Mr. Martins.
Opposition is into personal.
Mr. Martins.
Are you aware that the so-called Tinubu ambassadors are getting brand new highest bosses, pay local government? You think Malami is corrupt? They have shared 33 in Rivers, brand new, branded, with Tinubu Shetima image on the ones in Rivers, they branded.
Hope Uzodinma is in charge of that.
Now, you did not ask them the source of that money, but you want to know where Malami got money to build his hotel? Malami that has been practicing law for many years.
Mr. Martins Onovo, they make contributions monthly, the All Progressives Congress. They have a committee that is responsible for contributing for all of this.
You're very right. And Esther audited it. Do you know whether Malami had a committee of friends who helped him to build his hotel? Since you are the chairman of reporting committee for raising Nigerian money for APC.
Mr. Martins. Okay.
Okay, hold on. They have a committee. Do you know whether Malami too had a committee of friends?
Mr. Martins.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Bayo Nanuga is making us to live long. With this is absurd.
Mr. Martins, please kindly stay with us. We need to go on a very short break. We'll be right back and the conversation will continue, sir. Please.
We're here.
All right. You're currently listening to the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Machuku. You've been listening to Mr. Martins Onovo, former presidential candidate of the NCP. And I know a couple of you have a lot to say about his style of responses to questions. But do kindly stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
House dey dark and NEPA bill dey choke. E dey worry you as e dey affect your business. So no turn don come. Imagine say you wake up for morning, light no shake, fridge don block, business no get wahala, everything dey okay. No be dream o. With Yohaku, na you dey control your light. Yohaku dey sell gas cooker, freezer, fridge, and dem go furnish you with modern kitchen o. Whether na inverter, batteries, panels, smart street lights, and a solar AC system wey you wan use for house, business, and for industrial work, Yohaku stand chim to help you. Bye to NEPA bill. No wait till transformer go spoil again o. Oh yeah, run call Yohaku for 070-121-30260 or 080-324-82573, or you fit to call 080-669-60066. For Lagos, we there for shop F1179 Industrial Section, Ojo Alaba International Market, or shop G6 Electronic Section, Alaba International Market, Headline, Ute Ubochi Plaza, Abuja office na Corporate 13, Dubai International Market, back of Games Village, Karu District for Abuja. For Port Harcourt, we there for number 51, Oporo Road, Eziowa Elite Trade Center for River State. Yohaku website na www.yohakuproducts.com. Online store na www.yohakustore.com. Yohaku, from sun to earth, we dey make your mind dey cool.
The Lord's Chosen Charismatic Revival Movement invites you to a great annual crusade titled From Sorrow to Joy. Date Saturday 7 and Sunday 8 February 2026. Venue the Lord's Chosen Charismatic Revival Movement along Oshodi Apapa Expressway by Jesha Bus Stop, Amuodofi, Lagos, Nigeria. Time 8 a.m. daily. Ministry live. The Anointed Servant of God, Pastor Lazarus Moka. Come with your friends and family. From sorrow to joy. Your time is now. Come and be blessed. Jesus is Lord.
Welcome back. This is still the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. And we've been having quite a heated conversation this evening. My guest via the telephone, Mr. Martins Onovo, is with us. Mr. Martins, you're still with us. Thank you for staying on.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Martins. My next question is concerning the major opposition party now, which is the coalition, the ADC. We cannot say it's the PDP. We cannot say it's the Labour Party for now. The parties being talked about daily is the APC and the ADC. Well, possibly later this year, we'll get to see if other political parties will become a major storm or further as competitors for the All Progressives Congress. Mr. Martins, there are talks that the ADC is not serious. While the All Progressives Congress seems to have organized themselves and supposedly amassed a lot of registration within the political party, the ADC is still yet to decide what they want to do, whom they want to be their presidential candidates, while a lot of galvanization and grassroots politicking is already done with the All Progressives Congress. If you go on social media, specifically on X, where they have spaces, supporters of those political parties keep on having conversations in the ADC, and they still are all about either Obi or nothing, or Atiku or nobody, Peter Obi should deputize and all whatnot. While you have Omoyele Sowore as well, traveling across the country and trying to let Nigerians know that the ADC are a conglomerate of corrupt politicians, just like the APC, and that he remains one of the political candidates that is brazen, bold, and has been consistent over time. He calls the ADC a disappointment of a conglomerate of dissatisfied politicians. Now, I am going to ask you a question. Do you think with the crop of politicians in the ADC, who some of them were once in the All Progressives Congress, some of them were actually the ones who brought this current president into power, they worked for him to come into power, do you see any difference between the ADC and the APC? And how would you classify them criticizing the current political party if they were once in this political party?
Well, I think it would be wrong to look at it from that perspective, because if you look at the ADC, yes, there are many APC people there, like Atiku, like John Oyegu, like Aregbesola, El Rufai. So there are many.
Even Atiku himself.
Yes, there are many APC people there. But Peter Obi came from Labour Party. David Mark came from PDP. So I think it's a better mix. That's number one. I think it would be wrong to label it to be similar to APC, because even the leadership, which is David Mark, came from PDP. So that's the way I will look at it. And I think that when you get a mix, generally, you get something better. I am not in the ADC. I don't support the ADC.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Why?
But well, I think we can get something better. That they are better than APC doesn't make them the best that Nigeria can get. We can get something better, much better. And we're trying to build the credible alliance, which is what we're working on right now. And I've said this thing to you before in your program, that we're trying to build the credible alliance. And we have 1 year to do that. You're in a hurry.
You don't have 1 year, Mr. Martins Onove.
We have 1 year.
Are you sure?
Election is February, so February to February is 1 year.
Campaign will begin in November. Primaries are between June and July, and you have not even started your grassroots mobilization.
Why are you worrying yourself? Which grassroots mobilization? Tinubu went to get endorsement in Northeast. He failed woefully. Ordinary APC endorsement. He failed. He couldn't get APC endorsement in Northeast. Where are you people getting your own information from? Where are you getting your information? So you think you will buy brand new Hiace and people will not be interested? Which was the last time in their life they ever saw a brand new vehicle? You are a journalist. Go and check the price on the internet and multiply by 774 local governments. Then you will know what happened to Nigerian economy. You are supporting the destruction of Nigeria without knowing.
I am not supporting anything.
No, you said they're active, they're doing this, they're doing that. How will you go and buy Hiace?
The reality that they're doing is I am not supporting anything.
No. You said opposition has not done anything. They have gone to grassroots. You going to grassroots with a brand new Hiace, with new T-shirts, with food for people who are hungry. Did you see the video of the children who went to party after eating the waste? They were eating it. So you think you will call a party and the people will not come? That's not support. They did the same thing in 2023. They lost the election woefully. Jagaban Tinubu tells you he's the leader in Lagos. He couldn't get 14% of the votes.
But you know, 2023, the combination of factors that led to the defeat of
there will be another combination of factors.
Statistics to be applied right
there
now.
Will be you don't know the combination of factors because you're a journalist. I'm a politician. I know the combination of factors, and it's going to be worse. He couldn't get 14% of Lagos State votes. Lion of Bodilon. Where is his lion? He is a small cat of Bodilon. He could not get 14% of the vote. 14%, 14, 1-4. I didn't say 40. 1-4 he couldn't get. Let them bring the original results. He failed woefully. He lost in Aso Rock. He lost in his Osun state where he's from. Where did he not lose? Then I cook up nonsense results. All the things they did with all their incumbency, why did they not win in 2023? Leave these things. Why are you people following noise? Noise is not vote. Noise is not support. As at the time Labour Party won the presidency in 2023, they had no governor. Then you are counting number of governors that have defected. What is that? They are all going to fail.
Mr. Martins, you sound so confident. While he also sounds very confident.
Well, no, they are deceitful. You should know that. What did they not promise you? Which one did you get? Jagaban Tinubu, when he was pretending to be with us, he supported us when we were fighting Jonathan increment of fuel price, which was less than double. He came and took his own ×5. That is the man you believe and you are listening to, and he's Bayo Nanuga. Continue listening to them until you fall inside the ditch.
Oh, Mr. Martins. Okay, before I let you go very quickly, because we need to get the reaction of our listeners, and your good friend is here with us as well, Mr. Tony Mbata too. Mr. Martins, the president had to intervene in the situation in Rivers State. Apparently, he reportedly intervened by having to halt the escalating feud between Governor Fubara and his predecessor, now the FCT minister. So basically, the president's intervention is coming with amidst the impeachment plot, but there are conditions to this. Now, what is the condition? Multiple sources who are speaking on the development say that the intervention is coming with a blunt message to Fubara that Wike remains the undisputed political leader of the party, whether the APC or the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State, and must be respected in that regard, since Wike is working for the president as well. And that while drawing a parallel line with Lagos State, it says that Babajide Sanwo-Olu is the leader in Lagos, and also Babatunde Fashola is also a leader as well in Lagos. The president reported to have said that Fubara should respect elders, this time around referring to Nyesom Wike, noting that Wike is an elder statesman in Rivers politics and should be regarded as such. That as part of the fresh peace deal, the president directed Wike and his camp to immediately halt all impeachment-related actions against Fubara, citing his overriding concern about the political stability in Rivers State. Also warned that continued hostilities would undermine governance in the state and lead to instability, a situation he was not ready to condone anymore, especially after the 6 months suspension of Fubara and the House of Rep members. The peace deal also covered the upcoming State of Assembly by-elections in Rivers State, and Tinubu directed that the APC leadership should recognize candidates loyal to Wike for the 2 vacant assembly seats. So right now, it's obvious with this report that the presidency is leaning towards Wike and needs Wike's galvanization ahead of 2027, despite talks that Wike's political career may be over with the showdown. How do you describe the scenario, Mr. Martins?
Okay, before I start talking about the real substance, I just want to show you the contradiction in one of the things you have said.
All right.
You said the president, and that's what I saw in the media. So you're right. It's well directed the APC to recognize Wike's candidates. Where is democracy? When I said you had buried democracy, you said I should tone it down. So you are confirming with your own fact that democracy is buried. So it is not the primaries that will determine the candidate. It is the Tinubu in Abuja that is determining party candidate for APC in a River State. You people, stop defending what is indefensible. This regime cannot be defended. Nobody, even Bwala said it. He said, Bwala, one of the spokesperson for the presidency, he said the brain works 24/7. Once you join APC, it stops working. That I'm quoting Daniel Bwala, presidential spokesperson. So once you join APC, your brain stops working. It is not even a political party. It is a terrorist organization, and it's not my opinion. A court has already condemned it as a terrorist organization.
But Mr. Martins, if it's a terrorist organization, as you say, Why do you have a lot of persons joining that party then?
There is not a lot of persons joining it. There's what Yoruba call Onijekuje. Onijekuje, greedy people, long throats. When you see brand new hires, they will go there. They don't want to trek. so that is a bunch of Ijekuje people who are not up to 1%.
But Mr. Martins, politicians are always Ijekuje.
No, that cannot be true. No, that's not true. I'm a politician. That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true. It's not true. I'm a politician. And all over the world, politicians bring development because you cannot have democracy without politicians. You cannot. Once you have democracy, you must have politicians. Yeah, and it is the politicians in America that are bringing development for them. It is the politicians in Russia that are bringing development for them.
But unfortunately, the current crop of politicians, according to a couple of elders, are more personally invested. They're not about the people. Yes, you're right. Politicians bring about development. They bring up ideologies. But the era of ideologies for the people with political parties seems to have, eviscerated. And then the current crop of politicians are not spineful enough to supposedly combat some things that do not make sense. So how do you classify that, Mr. Martins, with a lot of persons joining the APC if you call the APC a terrorist organization?
Well, I'm calling the APC a terrorist organization based on one, information available to me, two, the Canadian court judgment. And it is clear to me, I don't even need the Canadian court judgment to tell me that APC is a terrorist organization. In fact, APC has confessed that they're a terrorist organization. So how much more evidence do you want to know that they're a terrorist organization? That's by the way. We go back to the Rivers thing. I just wanted to point out the fact that you mentioned about allowing Wike's candidates.
Yeah.
So where is the democracy? When I say this is a maximum dictatorship, you people say, they hold the election. What is that? Two pillars of democracy. The rule of law, the integrity of the ballot. Both are absent. Now, let me talk about the governor's crossing before I talk about the Rivers problem. Some published reports say the governors that are crossing, they're giving them 250 billion to cross. I think that they are not crossing simply because of the 250 billion. They have other reasons. And the other reason is, everybody knows what happened in Edo. Edo APC went in the public to Jagaban Tinubu in Abuja and said, give us Edo State. He asked them, what do you say you want? He said, we want Edo State. He said, I will give it to you. That is your democracy, Esther. You Esther. That is your democracy, and he gave it to them. So the governors now saw that he's the one giving. And all of them run to APC.
This is your laugh sounding maniacal, Mr. Martins.
Calm down, No, don't focus on the laugh. Focus on the facts. So they now realize that he's the one giving. Everybody ran to APC, so he will give them. He said it with so much. I will give you Edo State. I will give you Edo State. I will give you Edo State. And he gave it to them.
All right, Mr. Martin. So the situation would reverse. We would say that this is basically the political might of Wike at play, and that the president realizes that he cannot step on the wrong side of Wike this time around. Despite him amassing or having most of the governors across the federation in the APC, he still needs the FCT minister to work for him.
Wike demonstrated significant negative influence in 2023. APC lost the election in Rivers woefully. The official results showed otherwise. Even the BBC did a story on that. In case you say, are you INEC?
No, you
even when the facts are clear, even the BBC did a story on it. So calm down. I went to IREV myself. I didn't send anybody. I looked at IREV. You know the way Labour Party won in Edo? That is the way they cleared in Rivers. And all these things are not subject to argument. Why is INEC? INEC, you say IREV, you switched off, or you switched it off, or that you had technical glitch. Okay, no problem. Bring the paper results. Why is INEC hiding the paper results? If Tinubu knows he won the election, is he not the commander-in-chief? Let him bring the paper results. He did not get 14% in Lagos State. In Shangote, no primary school. Two. So maybe the ward chairman and ward secretary voted for him. APC. The two of them. He got 2 votes, Meji. This time he will get 0.
You sound so confident, Mr. Martins. Are you sure?
I'm a politician and I'm on the ground.
Do you know
before
what
the election
on Saturday? A group of ADC members Labour Party members who wanted to join the ADC were disrupted by hoodlums, numbering about 100.
We know that. They disrupted the ADC meeting in Alimosho 2 now. So we know that. So can't you see that they know that I'm right? They're in a panic. They're in a panic because they know that I'm right. Free and fair election, APC cannot get 10% of the votes. Quote me. Free and fair, APC cannot get 10%. 10% they cannot get. The Ijakuje and the people that they fund will vote for them. Those people are not even up to 5%.
Mr. Martins, like I said, if you're on ground and you know what these politicians are currently doing,
nobody can be on ground more than me.
And influence is not working.
So nobody can be on ground more than me. If you carry ballot box and go to your sitting room and put police at the gate and thumbprint and return to INEC and count and say you are the winner, that's not free and fair. You must listen to my grammar. I'm very clear about what I'm saying. I said in a free and fair election. In a free and fair election, Jagaban Tinubu will not be sitting in Aso Rock now. He lost the election woefully. He knows. He came a distant third.
Are you for real, Mr. Martins?
He came a very. Am I the only one that knows it? It was Babachi Lawal that said it, but before he said it, I knew it.
So you're saying that INEC did a reversal?
INEC cooked up fraudulent. Everybody in the whole world, even local and foreign observers, know that INEC cooked up a fraudulent result. All the foreign reports say the same thing. The EU report said the same thing. There is nothing. These people are working with impunity. They are working with impunity. That's all. Everybody knows the facts. And what about the results that I have? I just quoted one for where he had Meji 2 votes. Meji, M-E-J-I, Meji 2 votes. In Lagos, he got 2 votes. I have a copy of the results. I cannot be challenged.
My listeners are saying that you are even worse than Barrister Darlington.
Well, I don't. I deal with facts. That's who I am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Martins Zanovo, thank you so much for your time. I would like to briefly listen to my guests in the studio, and then we'll open the phone lines. And please kindly listen in. I may call you to respond to some questions from our listeners when it's time for us to open the phone lines.
That's tough. I've been with you for so long.
You've tried.
Why don't you give me a break?
Okay. Right,
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Very much. Do you have yourself a wonderful evening, sir?
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Yeah, bye. All right, that was my guest who joined me via the telephone, Mr. Martins Zanovo. He was a former presidential candidate, aspirant for the NCP at the time. Mr. Tony Mbata, very briefly, because I need to open the phone lines. Do you have any contradiction to what Mr. Martins Zanovo said, or he was too personal and passionate in his rebuttals against the government? He kept on making it seem like I was trying to defend the government of the day. I was literally, since there's no APC member here, I was expressing all that the presidency has disclosed in response to what the critics have used to judge or criticize the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And Mr. Martins, based on some of the things that I reeled out here, was able to give his own, rebuttal by perforating some of the statements that were made by the current political party. I know your stand because I've invited you on this platform on several occasions to discuss issues here, but is it possible that not even one of any of the initiatives of the president has worked so far? Not even one? No plausible one?
Esther, not even one.
Really?
We keep saying it.
This is a great Jagaban.
Yes, I know my friend, Chief Martins.
Yeah.
I know him. And he's not a person, I don't need to add anything. He has said it all. If they say there is anything, let them show us. The masses are there.
Mr. Martins, Mr. Tony Mbata, what happened to your voice? Did you eat hot akara?
I don't know, no.
Or Is it because you criticize Tinubu, they've chopped your voice? Eh?
So there is nothing on ground. All the indices, all the economic indices shows negative. They said they have done what no other political parties or no other leaders have done. That is in the negative
In the
side.
space of 1 year or 2 years.
Yes.
Now what they've done, no other president has been able to achieve that.
No other president can achieve.
Been able to achieve that so far.
I am saying yes, in a negative side. Negative. Mr. Martin asks, and I've been asking them, show us the indices based on their own statistics. None. You see, when you listen to Bayo Nanuga, you will see deceit. You will see wickedness. You will see people that hate this country. So there's no point adding what Mr. Martins have said. Let's listen to people that will call.
All right. Thank you very much for considering that. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's get your reaction. We'll try to be fast as possible this evening, okay? So we can take calls and take messages. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. The WhatsApp number to send your messages to, and if you're watching us on YouTube and you're in diaspora, you also want to be part of the conversation this evening by giving us your own recommendation. You call the WhatsApp number 0817 1756 338. 0817 1756 338. All right, thank you so much. Hello, good evening. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening, sir. Welcome. Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello? Good evening. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Olumide. I'm calling from Lagos.
Olumide from Lagos. All right, Mr. Olumide, please go ahead.
Yes, I think Mr. Memo, yes, he was speaking passionately. I'm not a big fan of this administration, but his choice of language, I think it's harsh. At the point, I thought you were supposed to even cut him off. It's not radio friendly. The language he's been using all day is not radio friendly at all. Believe me, I listen to this radio station a lot, and even there are some people that are even more passionate than he is.
Yeah.
But they really choose their words. I listen to Rufai a lot. He chooses his words as passionate as he is. He doesn't use all these words that this man is using. Believe me, he will make a worse president than this man that we have there now. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for calling, sir. 080-3692-9933. I would apologize on behalf of Mr. Martins for some of his choice of words. He's very blunt. I think now I can say that possibly maybe Barrister Darlington is even more considerate in his choice of words. But there are some persons who really don't know how to quote certain things. They like to say it as it is. So I want to apologize if a couple of us are not comfortable with his choice of words, even if he was given statistical rebuttals. All right. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello, good evening. Please, when you call, can you turn off the volume of your radio or turn it off, please? I beg. Hello. Hello. Good evening, sir. Welcome. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Collins. I'm calling from Abuleta.
All right, Mr. Collins, please go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to concerning the last call that you just dropped, that the Mr. Martin is now that is not friendly.
Radio friendly. That his choice of words are not radio friendly.
Yes, there is nothing say is being fact. And if we take all he has said, in fact, he is there. He's there. So let us not just maybe either you like this government, you try to say one thing or the other to peace. See, this government has failed and it has failed. There is no two ways about it. Let us not pamper them or cover things. They are afraid. They are afraid.
All right, thank you for calling. All right, 08036929933. That's the number to call. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. That's is the WhatsApp number. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello. Please, when you call, if I hear any feedback, I will cut you off. Please always turn off the volume of your radio. It's disconcerting. Hello.
Hello, sister. Good evening.
Good evening, Olga. How are you
Good
doing?
evening. I'm okay.
Welcome, sir. What's your
Please,
name?
my sister.
What's your name, sir?
Okay, my name is Pastor from Jackson.
You there for market?
Yes, from Jackson.
All right.
No, I did for road. Jackson from Jackson.
All right, Mr. Pascal, please go ahead.
My sister, what that Mr. Martin talk is a pure. And we look like even my fear because when it's our side for your attack, yes. For our side on your attack. Then you tell us after this we don't scatter the election like 2023. Now 2027. No person will vote. So they are waiting for us. So my what I'm just begging, this electoral reform, maybe they even do make we know what they do, because if they don't do anything now, people need to come out because they are waiting for us. They make come vote.
All right.
Make una help us, tell government, make we do the electoral reform.
All right.
Do it well.
All
So
right,
that
thank you so much. Government says they're looking into it, although there are complaints about the delay being deliberate. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
This voice is familiar. Is this UC?
Yes, UC.
UC. I'm going to handcuff you. I'm going to arrest you. You know what
Esther,
you're
what
doing,
did I do?
but don't worry. Happy New Month.
Esther, okay. Let me speak something now. Actually, Martin Onovu is good. I really enjoy his commentary. Very, very enlightening. Apart from his trust of war. Now, Esther, that is something nobody's paying attention to. I've been saying this, but I've not said it on your program many times, but this is the first time I was made that comment. Esther, look, it's lower than the size of the budget. Listen, it means the economy is. Esther, are you aware that the president presented a budget appropriation bill of 58 trillion naira?
Yeah.
And our GDP is not 1 trillion naira. Esther, nobody's saying anything. And we are looking at it just recklessly and abandoning. Nobody's saying anything about it. Esther, anywhere in the world, any economy that the GDP is less than the budget is economy that is doomed and dead. It means that it's larger public sector which the government cannot manage. That is what is causing all this unnecessary borrowing we've been saying. Even when the GDP was number one in Africa, it does not mean the GDP is sound. It does not mean we are doing very well.
Hello?
In 24,
You see, your WhatsApp is
5,000 sanction, Russia recorded a GDP of, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're breaking. It's like your call is trying to come through for you.
Hello?
Yes, it's better
Esther,
now.
okay.
Yes.
I was saying that then, in over 25,000 sanctions, listen, Russia recorded a GDP of 200 trillion rubles. IMF had to elevate the economy from 11 in the world to 9, above
You see, can you kindly call
December.
back or you call via
Okay, I will call you back. I will call you back.
WhatsApp, your call is poor. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, ma. How are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome, ma.
Esther, Mr. Anthony Mbata and the speaker in the house.
Thank you, ma. Please, what's your name?
My name is Ngozi, calling from Abula.
All right, Ngozi. Please go ahead, ma.
Please, I want to appreciate Mr. Martin things so much, just like Mr. Barrister Darlington. The man said everything right. And I want to say, I'm now approaching 70. And I want to say that since I was born till now, this APC government is the worst government I have experienced. I want to say that the president is a liar. He's a confucianist. And I don't know the adjective to qualify him with. But let me rest my case.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Yeah. Good night. 08036929933. Hello, unknown number. What's your name? Hello? Hello? You're calling on WhatsApp. Your connection is poor. Hello? All right, please, when you call on WhatsApp, make sure that you have a good connection, okay? Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. How are you? Welcome to the program. Please, what's your name?
My name is Mr. Theophilus from Lagos.
Mr. Theophilus from Lagos. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. What I want to tell people is, let's forget about money. Let's talk about life. I heard in the news that these people...
Hello? Your connection has gone off. I think you want to talk about electricity. What we can talk about money because it's taxpayers' monies, and the taxpayers' monies are meant to finance your well-being and your social amenities and necessary providence. So obviously we have to talk about it. But I'm sure you're trying to talk about the federal government through President Bola Ahmed Tinubu instructing states to start paying electricity subsidy, right? So try and call us back so we can hear you on that, okay? Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello, turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello.
Hello.
Can you turn down the volume of your radio? That's why there's a feedback and your connection is poor. Hello? Please, when you're calling, please turn off your radio. It's very pertinent that we listen to this simple instruction, please. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Esther, my sister. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. Happy New Month.
Happy New Month, my sister.
All right, sir. What's your name?
My name is Macaulay from Mafoluku.
Macaulay from Mafoluku. Macaulay.
Yes.
Is a month of love. I hope you're preparing.
Yes, please, greetings to that man.
Mr. Martin. Anthony Bata. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Please go ahead, Mr. Macaulay.
Please, if you have, please, if you see Martin Noble, give me one bottle for me, I beg.
Give me one bottle, sir.
One bottle. The best drink is and this. Please give it to him. God will bless you. Yes. I don't know that I need more of things. I need more of things. Yes.
So
God will bless you.
You people that need more of Mr. Martins are bitter people. You hate the president.
Please, too much. I don't know how much of Darlington in this country. God bless them.
All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye, you. You people that are criticizing this government, you people hate this government. You heard what Mr. Bayo Nanuga has said. You people are not seeing the progress of the APC. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, Esther, I'm back.
You see, let's hope you don't have any interruptions. Please go ahead.
Esther, I was saying that anywhere in the world where the GDP is lesser than the budget is an error. It shows an economy that is dead, that lacks industrial power and productive strengths, because the GDP is meant to finance the budget, not the budget financing GDP. Esther, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. The US GDP is over $30 trillion. Go and check their appropriation bill for 2026. It cannot be above it. It cannot be above it. Nobody's looking at this angle, no matter the regime. Even when Jonathan was there, when our GDP was over $500 billion, what is the size of the budget of the year? Now, remember, the last appropriation year, forwarding to this year, 10 states that submitted the appropriation bill to their house of the states, right? They are seeking loans to finance the budget. What does that mean? It means that those states, Nigeria generally, lacks productive and industrial power. And nobody's saying anything. That is why the government is going nooks and cranny everywhere, seeking for loans to finance the budget. Esther, in the midst of the war, I saw in Russian news more than 25,000 sanctions. Their GDP last year was 200 trillion rubles. Immediately, IMF saw the gains and lifted the economy from 12 to 9 above Canada and South Korea. That is how it should be. December 31st, the Indian president, Modi, when he was addressing the people, he said that greatest gain for 2025 just came to his notice that IMF have elevated the economy to the fourth largest economy in the world, considering their industrial power, and their GDP above Japan. Nigeria GDP is not up to 1 trillion naira. And our budget is over 58 trillion naira. Esther, see, the economy is broke. Nothing is working. That is why the government is going everywhere, trying to tax and to build the economy, to increase inflation. Listen, last week, Esther, Cardoso, the CBN governor, I saw him in the news when he took away 2.8 trillion naira from Nigerians. So purchasing power has dropped economically. How do we go forward in this place?
The president
Esther,
said
how
that
do we go forward? How do we go forward?
To be widened, though, so I don't think it's.
You said what?
I said the president already said that the purchasing power will be reduced and the tax net to be widened. When you talked about the reduction of the purchasing power.
Yes. Now, he was trying to say that the inflation in the economy led to that. Now, if you check the unemployment rate, it is high.
It is high.
All this thing is an indication that the GDP is not doing fine. Anytime, any day, no matter the region, no matter who was there. So, for instance, the largest economy in Africa right now is South Africa. Go and check their budget, whether the budget is larger than GDP size. It's not possible because the GDP is to finance the budget, not the budget financing GDP.
All right, Mr.
Bring any economists you want to bring. Let them look into this and analyze it. They will tell you what I'm saying. It shows that we have a lot of large, unnecessary public sector that we cannot handle.
Exactly.
No, that's because the economy anyway in the world, Esther. Let me end up here. Eh? I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
take
you
care.
so much, Usia. Take care.
All right.
All right. 08036929933. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Madam Esther.
Good evening, ma. Welcome, please, ma. What's your name?
My name is Madam Eunice from Agriculture.
All right, Madam Eunice, please go ahead.
In all of this drama, all the in Nigeria have to beg government that what happened 2023 will not happen 2027. Is INEC, this chairman of INEC, and not the workers of INEC, that as people are not getting ready to be writing results, INEC should be very careful and help Nigeria. Nigeria is going down. Nigeria is not developing. It's not going up. INEC people to help Nigeria with all this drama that is happening. Thank you, Esther.
All right, thank you very much. INEC has done what they are supposed to do in terms of the electoral acts and the update required. So it's for the National Assembly to do the needful in having to assent to some of what was stated in there and for the president to quickly sign on it so it can be approved and become a law in the electoral act. So the National Assembly are the ones delaying, just to correct that impression. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? All right, some of you calling on WhatsApp. Let your internet be stable, okay?
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you? Welcome.
Well done.
Well done,
This is Mayor from Pestac.
Mayor, you're finally back.
I've been calling over this year now. You're not been taking my call.
Oh, you've been sending messages, though. I've been receiving your messages, but I haven't heard your call. I haven't been able to hear you.
I've been trying. You know, your line is now hot cake.
Happy New Year, Mayor. Please go ahead.
I wish you the same. Well done. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
That Mr. Martin Olobo spoke very well. Somebody offered one bottle. Me, I can give him 3 bottles.
Mr. Martins, you put hate Tinubu. That's just the.
It's not about hating Tinubu. Even the first person that called, I was talking about the choice of words.
Yeah.
These things are very clear. I don't see anything wrong with the man was stating everything. I mean, Mr. Tinubu was saying with facts. Some of those things are already in public space. You know now. So it's not about call a spade a spade. That is all the thing. Until you call a spade a spade, this thing, the country is finished. That is all the thing. Everything is compromised. You understand? So those people that are telling me that okay, those why can't they advise this man Barry Onanoga because of words? Because Barry Onanoga used harsh words more than what Martin Lobo was saying on opposition, on the people and every other Nigerian.
True.
So this country is for all of us. So we should not start hijacking it as if it's a private business. So I mean, these are the kind of people that are telling truth to power. You understand? So that is the only way, because if we go that route again, that is madam that does spoke with you about INEC.
Yeah.
If what happened today did happen again, I don't know whether this country will continue. That's just the truth. It's not about profit of doom. Okay. This is a pure fact. So let us just pray that this man sitting there now will reason and maybe allow this country to move forward. But telling us that, yes, if we continue again, that would be a disaster. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, good night.
Okay. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Hello. Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
ACN from Amodofi. Good evening, Mr. Tony Mbata.
Good evening.
Esther, my sister,
Sir?
If I have a stronger choice of words to what Mr. Onovo used, I personally will use it on this government. And my reasons are simple. Look, my reasons are simple. I am not saying I'm going to abuse anybody. I am saying if I have a stronger choice of words, I would use them. Because this government of APC has so tormented us. They have so tormented Nigerians to the point that we are bleeding through our nose. And they care less about that. Esther, have you for once considered how much people go through in fueling their car and their generator on a daily basis? These are some of the money that are supposed to be service money that people are supposed to use for something meaningful. A lot of people are surviving in this country because they have families that are living abroad who every now and then give them some form of support. It's not because they are surviving in Nigeria. And these are all because of the bad leadership of APC. And you will expect somebody to come to the national radio or to the terrestrial radio and begin to sugarcoat and begin to economize the truth and begin to sound political rather than saying the truth as it is. We need to tell ourselves the truth, Esther, my dear sister. This government have so tormented us from tax in electricity, tax in petroleum, tax in food items, tax constant deduction on your daily transaction. What have we done to APC? What have we done to APC that they don't want us to breathe? And somebody is coming on air to tell me how to moderate my words and how not to go hard on APC. Whereas APC are holding me on the neck and I am struggling to breathe and they care less about it. This is the condition of Nigerians. We are in a very pitiable situation in this country, and the government of the day is not doing anything about it. Rather than that, they want to worsen the situation. Esther, it is not funny. It is not funny at all. Forget about people who are benefiting from one illegal compensation or the other. We are talking. Look at what Mr. Onovo said. 1.5 trillion for how many kilometers of road, and he just confirmed that in the history of all the roads that has been done all over the world, there has never been anywhere you have that amount of money spent in that same road. And today, this is the same country where snakes swallowed money. Snakes swallowed money. And a country where snakes swallowed money. You expect me not to go hard on the leadership of that country? You tell me that snake swallowed money. That money that snake swallowed, is it the personal money of the president? That money belongs to every one of us. All these governors that are going with their convoy and moving around, arrogating themselves like superstars, is that their personal money? It's not their personal money. The money belongs to every one of us.
All right, thank you.
And they're treating us like nobody.
Thank you. I'd like to take other calls, okay? So I sincerely do apologize. See, it's harder. If I tell you how hard it is, you don't understand how many jobs one has to do to pay bills and okay. Well, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, welcome. Please, what's your name?
Yeah, good evening, Esther. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Welcome, sir. What's your name?
My name is Coyote.
Your name is what?
Coyote.
Okay, Coyote. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Is this your first time?
Yes, I'm a first time caller.
Oh my God, where's my bell?
Thank you very much.
Coyote, welcome.
Yeah.
It's an honor to have you join us today. Where are
All
you
right,
calling
sir.
from?
I'm calling from Ogba.
From Ogba. All right, Coyote,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
I've listened to your callers all the time.
Okay.
But you have not told us what Atiku and Obi promised during their electioneering campaign.
Okay.
They all promised to remove the subsidy.
Yes.
They all promised to remove the subsidy. So what has Tinubu done by removing the subsidy that are now crying? And after removing the subsidy, there are some things that he did that people are not talking about.
Okay.
He's giving students money, loan, all students in the tertiary institutions.
You're referring to Now Fund, right?
Yes, I'm referring to Nel Fund.
Okay.
People are not talking about that. He has increased our allocation to the states. People are not talking about that. If the governments are not doing the right thing, it's still to that should be accused of that. So I don't know why people are so biased by their thinking and all that. So they have to assess things in the normal way. I'm not saying Tinubu is the best, but then he has not done anything that is wrong, that is not similar to what the others are doing. When Tinubu and Abasajo were in government, Abasajo said Atiku stole more than he did. So I need that Tinubu, I doubt Atiku is not the one that people are not praising that is going to do well. We are all Nigerians now. We are all living in this country. So I don't know why people are just hate people for doing Yoruba or for being this or doing that. That's not it. Because I've been listening to those people calling. They are all from the east and southeast. So they just hate the Yorubas or whatever they are. It's not right. It's not possible. They want us to be friends. I say it's not going to be like that if people are biased. They are so one-sided. So please, when people are now trying to insult others, you can call them, you can check them or cut it off. So you don't have to use the bad languages to insult people and say all sorts of nonsense. It's not right.
All right,
Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Kaide, thank you for calling. Just like you've called to express yourself, I can't cut you off. If another person calls to express themselves, I can't call them off. So long as they are not insulting the president, what we will not take here is for anybody to call the president names. That's what we will not tolerate. But for them to express their own lived reality, you tell me to cut them off if they're expressing that life is hard for them or things are difficult or the analyst is reflecting their own reality. Just like how you've called into to go give your own perception. What if somebody calls me to tell me, oh, Esther, that person that called is not real, or that person is a liar, or that person, so next time, and they tell me to cut you off, definitely I will not allow that. So please, I think everyone has a different perspective to how they are living life within the administration, so long as they're not giving any derogatory comments against the president. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Fine. Good evening, Mrs. Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. How are you, sir?
Fine. Thank you very much.
All right. What's your name, please?
My name is Malam Bello. I am calling you from Kano.
Malam Bello, how is Kano today?
Fine. Thank you very much.
All right. Please go ahead.
I greet your guest, especially the first one that forgotten his name. May God Almighty.
Mr. Martins Olovo.
Yes, Martins Olovo.
Okay. Go ahead.
Continue to bless me. You ask both of them with the current your guest now that if I don't mean that there's no any infrastructure or anything visible that people have done. If you know anyone, please mention it to us, Nigerians. See, let me tell you, the man has never achieved anything apart from the corruption in his government is the worst. And what is happening in Lagos, I don't think it can never happen that opposition will go and do meetings, they will go and attack them. If they come with cutlass, we'll go with cutlass. If they come, we'll go to our meeting, we'll go also. We confront ourselves. We are going to collect Nigeria, we are going to get Nigeria of our dream come 2027. No intimidation. Even if you come with intimidation, we'll face you with intimidation. Thank you very much. I'm going to make
Malam Bello. Malam Bello is calling from Kano. Kayode, you were asserting that majority of the callers who have called to criticize are from one particular region. Let's not do that, okay? It's not cool. Hello, good evening. How are you? Please turn down the volume of your radio. Hello?
Yeah. Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
My name is Martin.
Martins. Now your namesake analyze this evening. No. Martins, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Yaba.
All right, Martins, please go ahead.
You see, the issue of Nigeria does not need quarrel or tribalizing it. I feel, Mr. Yes, Kayode, by his voice, is a young man. Yeah. That's why I talk about NAFON. But Esther, do you remember that you read a letter which Unibank was telling the students to pay back the loans?
Pay back their loans, yes.
Does it mean that the Martins that said that he used to listen to your radio station, he didn't hear it? So you see, I do not know. You see, look, the issue of the situation now does not know tribe. Market or Igbo market, it does not know who is there.
At all, if you want buy,
you understand? You see, sometimes when you see people, young ones, tribalizing issue, where are you going to? A lady called you that is going 70. Me, I'm going 80. Talking to you. I'm from we are in Western region before they created Midwest 63. I school here. Look, the situation is above God. Yes, let us face the fact so that God will have mercy on us. Yes, you know, what does it take anyone to live out of this way, and at the end of the day, you cannot feed your children? Go outside here. You see them begging. Baba Mo is later. You understand? As it doesn't mean they don't see it. So, my dear, it's a pity. We have found ourselves. I do not know the sin we committed that put us into this mess. But all the same, let us be praying, begging God for mercy. Because definitely, just like you heard what the canon man said.
Yeah.
It's going to, yes, whether you like it or not. Nigeria is big. It's like from here to Ivory Coast. Do you know how many hours it will take you from here on road to Calabar or Meduguri or Sokoto? Nigeria is a big nation. They should know it's not only within the 5 states or 6 states in Western years. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for calling, Mr. Martins. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for waiting, sir. What's your name, please?
Ikechukwu is my name, calling from Esach.
Ikechukwu from where?
From Esach.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Esther, thank God that the last caller, the early statesman, I call him, have now replied Kayode. Kayode speaking from his ignorance. Let me put it that way.
Please don't speak.
And
you can respond to the conversation we've had. Kayode has every right to respond as he wants. Like, your reality is different from another person's reality, so don't base your conversation on Kayode. Base your conversation on what we discussed this evening, please. Yeah.
Okay, I retrieved that statement.
Thank you.
Okay, let me go straight to the point. Esther, Nigeria is sinking. You can see from Onovo, except the same person carried from Onovo till now, you can see that every Nigerian is really pained. Every Nigerian is feeling the pain. The heat is too much. This thing is not about tribe or whatever. Nobody hates APC as passe, but people hate what they are now dishing out to people, what they are producing to people. That's what people hate. There's nothing good coming out from this particular government of APC. People are passing through hell in this country. I don't know where to begin. Go to the hospital, see what is happening. Do you know that there is no good hospital in Nigeria? It's that here in this country, as I'm speaking with you now, there's no light, no power anywhere in this area. It's that people pray through the anus to make sure they have those things, but they cannot get. It's that everybody provides water for him or herself in this country. Every compound make available water. There's no place government is making available drinkable water in this country. It's that in this country, people are providing virtually everything for themselves. So now tell me how somebody that's even with us in this country is now bringing tribalism and trying to aid their view, their mind, to voice out how it pains them, and somebody will be terming it as the person is attacking a particular tribe. No.
All right.
No.
Thank you very much for calling. Okay, sincerely, I appreciate you. Let me take some of your messages. Quite a lot of messages this evening, and I appreciate a lot of you being patient. Good evening, Esther and the listeners. People should understand that Mr. Martin Onovo is a politician and an opposition, so his choice of words are very apt given the circumstances. Do they expect me as an opposition to pamper their ineffectiveness? And he backed everything he said with facts and figures. In fact, he was lenient with words. Wow. Wow. Soji don't para. Secondly, these APC Voltrons keep referring to the fact that Obi and Atiku also promised to remove subsidy. They fail to regard the brazen nature of their father's removal of the subsidy without putting any cushioning plan in place. And they will tell you to go and meet your governors. Where the governors, the ones who made me spend over 150,000 naira fuel alone since the turn of the year? I beg you. Thanks and good night. Soji Dosumu from Muchi. Soji don't para. Good evening, Esther. My name's Simeon Ochuba. Esther, I'm only to address the damage in the ongoing scam registration in some banks and local government areas. The registration will only make your voter's card invalid because they have collected the code PIN number. That's why on election day, some persons can't vote. So let's always educate ourselves about this on daily basis. Thank you. We'll have that conversation tomorrow. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Good evening, Esther. Where is Malaki, Farmer Group Managing Director of NNPC? When are they going to get him? When are they going to try him? Dele from Ikotu. All right, Dele. Good evening, VOP. I am a Yoruba man, and see that man called Coyote. I beg one more. Nigerians, they go through pain like this, and he's there playing tribal card. I beg, APC is worse. If I have another name from worst, that's what I will use for that APC. Your guest spoke well. This Coyote is annoying. This is Tommy Singh from Ile Iwe Ejigbo. Please let me know if I called that right. Is it Ile Iwe or Ile Iwe from Ejigbo? Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Timothy. While our Igbo brothers are ranting about APC, their leaders are joining every day. Obi Kubana is amongst them. I beg, choose something else to discuss. Samuel from Ijiroko. Good evening, VOP. As this country needs a referendum, not election. This should be our collective demand. Uche from Okota. Okay, I've heard you. Good evening, Esther. I'm not surprised with the outburst of your guest. You know, as a politician, he knows what's going on, Larry. Esther, I'll fight you. Why are you apologizing on behalf of your guest for all he has said? He sent you a message. We don't hate Tinubu for all his outburst. Instead, we're interested in the well-being of Nigerians, Larry. Please help me give that man in the studio flowers, I beg. Beatrice from Itira. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Tony Patan, your guest analyst, Mr. Martin Zanovo, Solomon Asika from Rishi. Radio friendly or not, did he curse or derogate the government? No, it's me. He was even you guys. Was it not me? He was lambasted. You guys are not even talking about me. You guys don't even love me. Baba was calling me names like, Esther, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing Momo? Why are you supporting me? And you people are just sure. No, what he's pointing out are facts, are they not? Because they are facts. We all know good governance when we see one. God will only help us when we wake up from this state of oblivion and slumberness we're in now. I don't think Nigerians are oblivious or they are slumbering. I just think they've been psychologically decapitated. I think that's the word, right? Yes. They've been psychologically decapitated and emotionally handcuffed. I think that's basically it. So it's almost like being in between the deep blue sea and a very hard rock. So I don't want to think they're oblivious. Good evening, Esther. Please understand that nobody hates the president. Rather, we hate failure. Know that and know peace. Peter from Ushudi. My name is Evans. Good evening, VOP. Mr. Martin said it's purely as it is. There's no collective positive impact from this government. It's only those people that have been blinded with their crumbs that can sing their praises. Baranaga can cry as he likes. They have failed humanity. Good evening, Esther, and our honorable guests in the studio, Anthony and Martins. I am Babaji from Ushidi, praying, saying that with all the truthful speaking of people in this country, to be well with them. Esther, the current administration is right by saying that they have done what no other administration had ever done in Nigeria and to Nigerians, but it's all done in the negative, unfortunate side. Good evening, Esther and guests in the house. Please be bringing that man. He is hot and rugged. ABC gangs have vowed that nobody will vote against their candidates in their land. Please, INEC should do something urgently. From Peace in Barawa. Good evening, Esther and Mr. Tony Bata, Mr. Martin Zanovo. Mr. Martins does not owe anybody any apology. He's just saying things the way they are, just like Barrister Darlington. I appreciate you, Mr. Martins. Nnamdi is my name from Ojota. Good evening, Esther. Mr. Martins has said it all. Nobody should paint this government with good colors. It's all bad. Some people believe it's not so. My name is Daniel. What Mr. Martin said is very correct. I have said it myself that a fair and fair election should be conducted. Many will not be governors. Many will not even be local government chairmen. Why do you say massive defection? Is because the president now decides who becomes governor, and APC is a political party where money exchanges hands. May God help us. Well, political parties, money is exchange hands, actually, right, Mr. Tony?
Not like Nigeria own.
That's what I said. Political parties, money is exchange hands,
yes,
like naturally. Good evening, Esther. Thanks so much for bringing intelligent people like Mr. Onovo, Mr. Mbata, to our beloved VOP. It's now crystal clear that the present government have failed, and it's only through electoral reform that can remove them. I therefore urge everyone to join hands in making electoral reform a dream come true. Nigeria must be better. Have a blessed night, Esther. Kudos to you from His Royal Highness B.C. Nwoko in Oshodi. All right, His Royal Highness, thank you. Esther, you ask people how are they respond. I'm fine. And your guest, Mr. Martins, kept laughing almost throughout his speech. This clearly shows that the administration might be doing well. Oh my God, you guys. I stand corrected. I'm not an APC supporter. That's my observation. Thanks. Chicks from OK Alpha Badagry. Well, how would you describe Mr. Martin's laugh?
It's figuratively in the negative side.
It sounded manic at some point, yes. But you know that kind of laugh that you guys must be ridiculous.
Yes.
That kind of laugh. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, good evening. Boyerson. Hello?
Hello.
Boyerson, how are you?
Now, wow.
Wow.
Esther, now, wow.
Happy New Month, Mr. Boyerson.
Honestly, I've called and called and called. You don't want to pick my call.
No,
anyway, that's
it's
that
not
just
like
by
that
the way.
Now, I'm reading messages and I've been taking calls since.
Good evening and good evening to your guests.
Good evening,
Can
Boyerson.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yes, you have said it all. But Esther, I want to say something. Honestly speaking, if you continue to present Bayo Onanoga's presentations or his quotations, if you continue to present his ideas, his propaganda to this program, you are just indirectly acclaiming this program.
Mr.
Can you hear
Boyerson.
me?
So I should not balance
Indirectly,
the
you're
conversation.
killing. You want to kill this program.
Mr.
Because
Boyerson,
we
I'm
know
not killing
APC
anything.
as a party of propaganda, and you are presenting whatever Bayo Nanoga says. When people of conscience, when they come to talk, you will not allow them to talk. It now looks as if maybe you are supporting this government. I
will
don't know.
not allow them to talk, Mr. Boyerson.
How? I beg. I want you to tarry a while, oh.
Hey,
yes. Tarry a while, oh. That's that's my.
Mr. Boyerson, thank you. Mr. Boyerson, I have to present the angle of the government. If I have somebody from the political party or a government representative here, very good. It will now be my job to throw a barrage of questions at that particular guest in the studio where they need to respond. But there's nobody here. So why do you want me to come from a different perspective? I need to balance the conversation, okay? So your job is to give a rebuttal or puncture some of the things that the government have said in defense of themselves and the administration. All right? Everyone is free, please, okay? Thank you very much, Mr. Boyerson, and a couple of you that have been speaking like Mr. Boyerson. All right, hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello? Turn down the volume of your radio. Hello? All right, 08036929933. 08036929933. Esther, there is nothing there. There's nothing like Martins is not radio friendly. The man is saying the fact. Are people looking for friends or facts? Some people are just too weak. Despite what is happening in this present government, some people will still open their mouth and be saying somebody is not radio friendly. If they don't have a word to say, let them go and sleep. My name is Josie Felix. Good evening. Josie, you have parrot. She don't para. My name is Joseph Felix. Good evening. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
No, I know you are not hearing me.
I can hear you.
Usual. This Comrade Godfrey of Surulere, please, I just want to add my voice to this discussion this night, especially this last caller now that made the point that I am having in mind to also make. That Bayo Onanuga and these APC people that you bring their comment either in from the Twitter or from any social media handle, and he take them serious as if these people are still people who Nigerians should take serious. We know their antecedents now. These people, for me, we should play down some of the things they say. People like Onanuga, Buwala, and those APC supporters, these things that they test. Please, and so that we face the real thing that is before us in Nigeria. Nigeria is going down day by day. So what I am saying this night is that please, let us be focused on how 2027 will go. See, I don't understand. And sometimes I ask myself question. Some callers who call, who by the way they speak, you will know that these people went to university. And yet they will speak as though they do not know nothing about the plight or what this nation is now presently. Somebody was just talking about Nile Fund. In the midst of these killings, in the midst of this suffering, hunger, in the midst of this, economic mess up in the nation. And so, sometimes I just wonder, and I don't know, but I'm trying to control.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Like I said, you can't tell me to just not speak if the government says this is what it is. It's just like everybody has a right of reply. All right? So I'm basically doing my job. If you're not comfortable with that, I am sorry. Because there is no immediate independence here. You very well know that. So if you want to critique the government, no problem, critique. But if you're critiquing based on what the government said. So you don't just start critiquing without having to give a format or a preempt as to This is what the government said they're doing. And if you're countering what the government is doing, you counter with your facts against what the government is proposing. It's very simple. So you calling me to tell me, oh, you're killing the program. Don't say what Bayo Nanuga said. He's currently speaking on behalf of the president. Most of the instructions that comes from the president comes through the written notes of Bayo Nanuga via his X handle or what he says. So why would you say I shouldn't say it? Are they not the government in charge? So I apologize as to your emotional situation at this point in time with your lived reality of the challenges currently bedeviling the country, but you cannot say that there should be no right of reply, especially from the government. So I sincerely do apologize if you cannot comprehend that. Good evening, Esther, Ms. Ambata. I greet you righteously. Martin spoke very well, and I like the way he expressed himself. Nigerians are too docile. If we speak out the same way Martin spoke, people could not come out to take back our country. These things happening here can't happen in some African countries. Riot go don't happen. The demonic tax laws Nigerians chested is same Kenyan citizens rejected. Martins, God bless you. We did provoke. Zeno from Akunwajo. All right, Esther, good evening. Choice of words, no choice of words. Mr. Martin told you he's not just an analyst, he's a politician with facts. Mr. Rufai, Barrister Darlington and others are just analysts and not politicians like Mr. Martins. Nedus from Surulere. Good evening, VOP. Esther, you sit down there and your guest, Mr. Onovo, called APC a terrorist organization and you didn't even caution him about his choice of words. What kind of journalist are you? Be careful so that you will not put your studio in problems. Mr. Emmanuel, I don't know what part of the universe that you are. I don't know if you heard about a court. Is it a Canadian court?
Canadian court, yeah.
That called the APC a terrorist organization and the PDP as well. So I know that you are in support of the government, but please, I beg you, when you write sometimes, just check out some things that some of the analysts say. If you do not come across such phrases in the internet, then you know that, okay, fine, this person is just being too harsh. A court actually referred to the APC and the PDP as a terrorist organization, which a couple of persons have been making references from, and that's the reference Mr. Martins Onovo was coming from. So please, I beg you, I know in your haste to criticize or to derogate, you did not check that out. All right, please, when you are listening to programs like this, you can also fact check, do your own research. It's very vital so you don't sound limited in your scope of thinking. Thank you very much for your message, Mr. Emmanuel. You did not put your surname here. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you very much. I'm extremely happy with the content Mr. Onovo spilled tonight. They were true, pure, unsugar-coated. These are the kind of people we want to hear from. But we also appreciate you invite APC supporters to your studio on a call. Let's hear what they have to tell us. Jingle bell. Exactly. We invite them. A lot of them are always busy. I tried to call Mr. Shayo Ladido. He's always busy. If they're not in meetings, if they're not somewhere, or they call at the last minute to change the time, we will continue to try. I will continue to reach out. We'll continue to try to have them here with us to give their own perspective in terms of some of the government's policies. We'll also try to call them online. And some of you callers who call, please, when they call to defend the government, you guys should not abuse them. They're supporters of the government and they have every right to defend the government, okay? We must not all say things from a particular perspective. We need to wrap up the conversation this evening. Good evening, VOP. The voice of the man today is voicing out the fact and nobody is comfortable with it, with what is happening in Nigeria. Please let us speak the truth to power. Thanks, VOP station. Frank from Iowa. Good evening, Miss Esther. And the guest, Mr. Tony, your caller made mention of choice of words. I want to ask if APC is talking in the radio or TV. Do they mind the choice of their words? Shadrach from K2. Good evening, Esther. Now Abidin C person will be first class anti-APC pass. Barrister Darlington. Lawrence from Surulere. Esther, take it or leave it. APC has not done well. I don't believe there's any opposition at all. We have lots of issues they could use against this unserious administration, but they're just roaming about. Nigerians too are sleeping and snoring. All right, to AY from Mushi. Udemweze from Ogbunike. Esther, good evening. Why are you defending the bad government? Why? You're one of those people who don't listen to this program from the onset to understand things from a certain perspective. I 100% support with Mr. Martins. He has said it all. God bless him richly. Shade from Bariga. Mr. Onovo's choice of words is their headache. Is the government choice of government? Is it human friendly? I beg you, good night. Okay, good evening, Miss Esther. Well done work. Mr. Martin's analysis is right, but his laugh makes it look like beer parlor discussion. Samuel from Agege. Esther, you don't owe anybody any apology. The man said it as it is. Greetings to you all. Tell those that are looking for radio-friendly expression to kindly switch their station to another frequency because I am sick and tired of such callers who radio-friendly talk app as if it doesn't play foul music. Sazi from Ogudu. Good evening, Esther. The first caller is a pure APC, and though his assignment is to be cautious, people stylishly when they criticize this bad government. This is how he's been calling since morning from the time of Yamgul. I'm Samuel from Ali Mosho. Esther, from Barrister Adeko Oluwaseun Solomon. Good evening, Queen Esther. I appreciate your guest via phone conversation. Queen Esther, is it possible you bring two guests to your evening rush, one a member of incumbent government and the other from opposition side? Esther, we're just fed up. Since 2 days ago, I have not been myself since that lady died of snake bite. No antivenom in Nigerian hospitals. So what is in the hospital? Even in both private and public hospital. Esther, I called a site supervisor to find out in what circumstance would a snake enter a toilet. He gave 2 reasons. 1, when the sockaway is open. When the chambers of the toilet are broken. I'm just surprised that a snake entered a house and beat someone through the toilet. Esther, I rest my case. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we need to wrap up. A lot of you have been calling. Remy, you're the final caller this evening. How are you?
Lucky me. Good evening, Esther.
Good evening. How are you, Remy?
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Happy New Month, Remy. It's a month of love.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello, Esther. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Remy. You know how WhatsApp works. Go ahead.
I quite agree with your guest, Martin Onobo, with all he said.
Okay.
I don't see the reason why probably you need to apologize. The choice of words, are they derogatory? The answer is yes. If I choose to say Tinubu is a colossal failure, are you going to tell me I'm harsh? Should you not ask me, okay, I should probably...
Hello?
If I choose to tell you Tinubu does not have primary school certificate, are you going to tell me I'm being harsh? The answer is no. The facts are there. If I ask you which school did your president finish from, you can't tell me. He lied about his primary school certificate. And if I choose to say that on air, are you going to say I'm being harsh? Or I'm being unfriendly with my words, or because the words are unfriendly? Should your concern not be with the bad governance? A caller said other candidates said they remove subsidy. Yes, but they explained how they will do it. So Tinubu only heard what they said too. He only copied what they said, but how they intend implementing that, he didn't copy that. Obi explained how he was going to do his own. Likewise, Atiku. But it's so unfortunate people keep supporting this government despite bringing pain upon the people. I don't have an issue with you reading out what Onobu was saying is, each time they reel out their propaganda, you also have the right to fact check them before presenting them to us. Okay, they said in what was it called? Price of something is now is cheap. Fact check it. If it is true, they present both what they are saying and the facts out there. I think that was what Onobu was pointing at while he was very angry, dragging you into the whole matter. So you get so.
Yeah.
Good night, Esther. Have a nice dream.
Good night, Remy.
Greetings to Mr. Mbata.
All right. Thanks, Remy. Thank you for calling. Mr. Tony, what's your final take, please?
Well, Nigerians know what they want, and I know we have our country.
You don't talk today because of your voice. Use and say Lakara. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do have yourselves a wonderful evening. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Good night. My name is Esther Machiku. Esther Machiku on Facebook. Esther Unwaz on Instagram. ESTANWAZ. And on YouTube, Estic Media. ESTIQMEDIA on YouTube. Kindly subscribe. Tony Bata.
Chima
Bata on Facebook.
Yes, YouTube. Mazi Tony Bata.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. For a couple of you who have been asking for the job links, send me a message on Facebook at Esther Machku or at Esther Unwaz on Instagram. All right, thank you very much for joining us on the program this evening. Good night.